Hello everybody, happy Tuesday, welcome in.
Hello everybody, it is ThePaintingSon here today. I will be streaming with you guys, maybe off and on.
Maybe off and on, yeah. Yeah, it's fine, we got minis to paint. We're ready to get some stuff done, right?
Boom.
What's up? How about you say everybody's name? Who all came in here so far and said something?
Butterscorch is back. Chipper Phoenix.
Yep.
And then my girl.
Yep.
Boom.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Oh, here's another one.
Frankie Fingers.
Frankie Fingers, how you doing? All right. So, you ready to get painting, son?
I think so.
Yep. ThePaintingSon is on summer break. So he's got a couple days this week. He's gonna stream with me.
I'll be back on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. All right. I put some paint in your palette. How about we tell the people what you're painting and we'll show them, okay?
Alright.
So, hold on. Get the camera going. We're going to turn the music down a bit. YouTube freaks out when I have the music a little louder. And they keep trying to copyright me. So, alright. So let's see the mini here. Okay. So this is what he's going to be painting today. And it's a big dire wolf. Big scary dire wolf for a D&D. This is a Nolzor's Marvelous Unpainted Mini that I have. So ThePaintingSon, give us a little preview. What are some colors you can be painting this very scary and menacing dire wolf?
I'm gonna be using some hot pink and some plum using the base. Not really the base, like the body of the miniature. You'll see later. Then I'm gonna be using like a blood red, but that's gonna be a surprise for later. See how it turns out. So I'll have to let the hot pink and plum dry first.
There we go. Yep, pink wolf. I will admit, ThePaintingSon, I have my doubts, but I'm ready for you to prove me wrong, okay?
Okay.
So let's see it. All right, you want to get
Yep.
So here's the two main colors he's starting with. So we got dark hot pink and plum.
I'm gonna start with the hot pink.
All right, put it down here. How's everybody today? How you guys doing?
Alright guys, I need some help. When was the last time I was on stream? I think it was the 3rd week of November. I think.
It may have been. I thought you were on stream sometime this year, but it may have been back
Might be
in
the first 2026.
Your kids would appreciate the color scheme. Yeah. ThePaintingSon loves his crazy colors. He's all about it. All right. I have today this Hecaton land fortress that we did some oil washing on last Thursday, and I am going to go through. I'm going to do some edge highlighting on some of these big edges around all these panels and the metallics and stuff, and we're going to try to make it look nice, stand out, add some contrast into it. That's kind of the plan. Focus in a little better. I do have some news for gaming streams, which is going to work. So as far as our weekly live gaming stream goals, as far as those go, I have raised a majority of the money needed for everything. So I'm a little short of the total $600 goal, but the kind of first goal to test without buying a new camera, that goal was made. And I actually, if some of you guys saw, I posted in the buy sell trade, had some Warhammer fantasy stuff and some Dungeons and Lasers things that I was selling, and I sold the Dungeons and Lasers stuff this morning, which is all going toward that fund. But if anybody wants some Old World Beastmen, an Old World Beastmen army at less than half price from MSRP, I'm selling them. But yeah. So I'm gonna order some things. We're gonna start getting things set up, see if we can make it work, and then whenever everything is all together, we'll do a test stream. The test stream is going to be with Patreon, so we'll do a test gaming stream with Patreon.
Just the one leg is taking a little while, but that's okay.
It's fine. Take your time, okay? We got hours, and we got a couple days of streaming, so you got time to paint that guy.
Actually, might use some silver for his claws. I didn't think about the claws, but it's okay.
Okay, if that's what you want to do. It's thundering, even though it's sunny out. Oh wow. Sounds like you're in for a day.
I believe every day's a good day when you paint. I believe it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart.
Hecaton, welcome in. How you doing? Man, what an appropriate raid while I'm painting a Hecaton land fortress. How are you doing? How's your stream? Welcome everybody. Mia Kitty, welcome. How you guys doing? We're painting minis. I am working on this guy and painting with ThePaintingSon. Just chilling with me. There he is. Yeah, guys, go give Hecaton a follow, guys, if you don't already. A wonderful Australian streamer. It's probably very late at night for you, if I remember correctly. You refuse to be a crow today? Alright. A ton of cats? Oh, gotcha, yeah. Oh, only 12:30 a.m. Alright. I guess that's not too bad. Late for some people. Maxim, welcome in. Welcome, guys. I'm the Painting Dad. I just chill and paint minis, and that's kind of my thing. I am possibly very soon going to be starting some tabletop game streams on a regular basis. But otherwise, I mostly just paint minis and occasionally play a video game. My Draw Warcom goes down about every hour now when they post a new article. For some reason, they can't get it. So just know that if you're able to open it again, there's a new article posted at 11 a.m. I don't know what their deal has been, why that's been going that way. We did some oil washing on this mini, and now I'm just trying to get a bit more contrast into it with some edge highlighting. Cleaning your brush. Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. Stream was great. Stream's been going great. Yeah, how was your stream? I'm just chilling with the son, who is on summer break right now. He's sitting next to me painting minis. And this could very well be the first stream that we've done together this year.
Yeah. I thought it was like the 3rd week of
November, yeah.
I believe that was the last time.
It may have been. You might be right about that. You tend to have a better memory about that kind of stuff than I do. Made the greeting, but welcome in. Yeah, welcome, guys. Guys, go give Hecaton a follow. Go show him some love. Watch looks like. Yeah, I think it did turn out well. Hey, John Lockridge, thank you for the sub, man. Hey, go to the Discord, go to the Hall of Fame, pick out a mini. Alright? Get your name on a mini, don't miss out. It's one of your benefits for being a subscriber or, contributing to the channel. So you get your name on one of my painted minis, so whenever I play games, you are with me. That's the idea. Cultured, how you doing today? John Lockridge, how are you doing? It said, or it says in the description, I'm chilling with the boy here. Yeah, we did an oil wash on this mini. I have done an oil wash maybe like twice in my life before this, so this is yeah, you're also a vehicle. Yep. Can't complain too much. That's good. But experimenting and such. What it's all about. Votann rules tomorrow? Oh, okay. What was today? What's the... No, Gene Stealer cults are yesterday. You got a Thanatar to build? There is someone local to me that's selling a Mechanicum army. It's about half painted, half unpainted. But they're selling it for like 30% of retail price, and it's tempting, but I don't have the money for that right now, so not in the budget. Not in the budget. All right, what you got, Link? Don't not hit me with a virus, are you? Don't do that. I'll check that here in just a second, Hecaton. Because allow yesterday's works. Oh, cool. All right. He's like, yes, it's yesterday's work, and then like my whole computer just shuts down. It starts playing the Jurassic Park guy, the guess remember what I'm talking about. Alright. Oh, cool. It's like a big, like, troll ogre guy. Where's that mini from? I like that jade color. I like the jade color on the highlights on his skin.
I like that.
Good color combo. But, like, jade and orange always go well together. Okay, you got that reference? Good. Glad somebody does. It's an Oni. Okay, from Parabellum. Oh, it's from Conquest. That's one of the new Conquest minis, then, isn't it? From the new faction, right? Yeah, no one ever lies on the internet. Yep. That's illegal. Have you been playing Conquest? I haven't played Conquest. I kind of wanted to get into it, but none of the factions really stuck with me enough for me to want to collect them. You have, and it's glorious? Nice. It's good to know. Always good to have more options out there for people to play. Got 4 games. Very cool. Yeah, the city-states were one that kind of stood out to me as being pretty cool, but just not enough to want to collect minis and to go through the whole process with them. So, 2 built, 2 ready to be built. Very nice. You can answer it in here. Hold on. Instead of picking one for myself, I can pick 2 models today for my kids. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, post it in the Discord, John Lockridge. Post in the Discord. Just look at the pinned comment and just kind of follow the guides from that pinned comment in that channel. So now I get to feel bad if you name a mini after your kid and that mini dies in the battle, and then it's like all awkward. Thanks, man. The theme for an army? That's why I love painting armies. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But you know that also can work in reverse too. You know, like my opponents, I can just tell them like, hey, this is named after subscribers' kids. Like, don't shoot these minis. Totally not cool, man. Yeah. Ain't really into painting that mini painting, son.
Yeah, I'm also using my biggest brush.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yep. Painting big surfaces, use a big brush, right?
Yeah. This is a little bit harder to paint though, with like all like the fur.
Mm-hmm. That's a use where contrast paint is really good, because it'll naturally like soak down into the places in between the fur, and then it adds its own shadows and highlights as you do that. So yeah, I really like contrast paint on fur. Even if I paint after, like add my own highlights and stuff, it's still really nice how easy it is. Yeah, Sigmar unit has 4 dogs in it. Feel bad, yeah. Just have a whole army of animals and just dare people. Just cute animals. It's like the crabs, like the war cry, war band or whatever. There's a bunch of crabs. Or the underworlds. Was it underworlds? That's why that game died. People just started bringing that one. No one would be willing to attack them. Thousand Suns Contemptors. Oh, okay, nice, yeah. Alright.
25 people in the stream already.
Oh my goodness, there is. That's a lot of people. What's going on, guys? How's everybody's week been? Hope the Americans in stream had a relaxing holiday. Hope it wasn't too crazy. Too tired with the contrast paint, convinced it's the proper paint for fur. Yeah, it definitely is, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, Crucial Blue, how you doing?
Hey, Crucial.
Oh, man. What does a bee use to brush its hair? What does a bee use to brush its hair, PaintingSon?
A buzzer?
A honeycomb.
Oh, dang it.
A buzzer?
What kind of haircuts do bees like to get?
A buzz cut. Oh, that's a good one. You just came up with that, didn't you?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
I learned it in class.
Oh, dang,
Because
okay.
at the end of every week we do jokes, 2 jokes, one math related, one non. One of the non ones was, what kind of haircut do bees like?
That's a good one.
I could never guess that.
Buzz cut.
Yeah. You know that was a thing.
How does the moon cut its hair? Eclipse it.
Well, that was another one that we did.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think your teacher and Cultured American are pulling jokes from the same website. I think that's what it is. Or Cultured American is your teacher.
No, he isn't.
I think so. No, I really rate into you, but I must Yeah, absolutely, Hecaton. No, hey, thank you so much for the raid. I know it's late for you, so you'll get some rest. I totally get it. Thank you so much again for the raid, Hecaton, and hopefully your people are in good hands, chilling and watching paint dry with me.
Alright, guys, remember who would win Primarchs?
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's hold on the who would win.
Okay, I'll hold up like another hour. Okay.
Another hour. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It just been forever, Dad.
Return the raids where I can. Yeah. Oh, poo. We'll get the drama going here in a little bit.
Dang it.
I'm just trying to get these get some like edge highlights in here. So if you guys, I don't know if you can see the difference. This is non-highlighted. That's highlighted. I figure it's a nice little extra bit of color in there. I was gonna cook an alligator for dinner, but then I realized I only have a crock pot. What are you guys up to? It's Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep.
I'm with you. And Thursday.
Yeah, PaintingSon's gonna join me on stream. Yep, Tuesday and Thursday. And we are not streaming tomorrow. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. Oil is a little hydrophobic there. Tomorrow is going to be a dad and son day. We're going to hang out, spend some time together before mom starts her summer, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
About 2 weeks before her.
That's right. It's crazy. So it was either today, tomorrow, or Thursday, and we picked Wednesday as our day. We'll be back, hopefully finishing this mini on Thursday. Next week, the plan is to paint a giveaway mini. I might do something a little extra too. We'll see. Look good. Look good. Yeah, you got to make sure you get all in there. That's tough with the fur, isn't it? Doing great though.
I'm good on top.
Yeah, all the fur underneath. I play just the two of us all day. Yeah, that might be the special thing we do. Gary's Night, what's going on? Went to the store today. They had Batman shampoo, but I didn't buy it because there was no conditioner, Gordon. That's incredible. I don't know, PaintingSon. Have you ever seen Batman?
No.
He doesn't know. Do you know who Commissioner Gordon is?
No.
Oh my goodness. Batman's coming. We're gonna watch Batman eventually. Because Batman is great, but yeah, so yeah, next week's gonna be a little weird with stream, even though it's gonna be just me, but PaintingSon has soccer camp. And I'm the one that's taking him and picking him up, and he starts at 9, but it's also like the other side of town. And then I still need to go to the gym and be a responsible adult. So I might try to stream all 3 of my normal weekdays. It just might be a little shortened stream, but I'm gonna try to do a giveaway, and I might try to paint something else special here. I was thinking about this the other day. Yeah, the Adam West Batman. We watched some clips from that. The old Batman. Yep. Like the bat copter and the bat ladder and the shark repellent bat spray and all that stuff. And the Riddler and his terrible riddles that make no sense. I can't remember the riddle, but the answer was it's a sparrow with a machine gun. And you're just like, how does Robin get that? How does he get that from any of the words that were used? Yeah, it's so funny. It's just pure comedy.
I think I might be good for the plum.
Your hot pink is done?
Yeah, I think so.
Also, like the front is going to be hot pink and the back is going to be plum?
Yeah, you'll see about the blood red.
Okay. You can do some washes and highlights on it too?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's big, but not big. If a big maybe.
That's big if means that. Or I guess if, it's not an if, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, if we got time next week or the week after, I might do a little auction. Might paint a special Thousand Suns mini. Send that off.
I'm gonna let the pink dry for a couple minutes.
Alright. But I think over the next couple weeks I'm going to be working on getting equipment set up. We did fund basically everything. So I know the goals aren't quite reflective of that. But I believe I have the funds to purchase just about all the equipment I need for our gaming streams. So I'm going to try to work on getting that together. And we're going to do a test stream. Our first stream is going to be a Patreon exclusive stream. We're going to test out the equipment, play a game, be a good time, hang out. That's going to be the plan. And we'll see how everything works and if we can make things work. You gotta take a break, Painting Son?
Yeah.
You finish your snack? Yeah, did you finish it?
I have one more.
Oh, eat it. Eat the apple. These little turret pieces. The front end here. I only remembers it going Michael Keaton, George Clooney as Batman. I always forget Val Kilmer. Yeah. Val Kilmer was a good Batman, right? I'm trying to think. Like, Michael Keaton was good. Yeah, Val Kilmer was good. George Clooney wasn't as good. That was like a whole different attitude of Batman, though, so... Kevin Conroy. Yeah, the animated series. Man, I watched that animated series so much. I think my favorite was X-Men, but Batman was definitely my second favorite. Hey, Painting Son, you finish that snack and then we can do the versus game, or what was it?
Who would win?
Who would win? Yep.
Fireworks, but also.
And with any random things. Okay, well, you would use what you know. Hit the painting snack, yeah. You gotta come up to the mic. You gotta be sitting over here. Did you finish your snack? Okay.
Okay, let's go
Let's
with
see.
100 guardsmen with just rifles, basically. Maybe throw a rocket launcher or two in there. 100 versus, let's say, 15 big Tyranids, like ones were like those like guys with like the double swords.
Oh, the warriors.
Yeah, versus,
Like a Tyranid, 15 Tyranid warriors.
just against like 100 guardsmen. Throw one or two.
That's a good question. Hey, what's up, Night Trap and Leo? How you guys doing? That's a good one. Who found who? Who's getting first shot?
The warriors knew that they were there. Then one of the guardsmen pointed out, and then a couple of dudes, and they passed it on, trying to make sure the Tyranids don't know. But then the Tyranids leap on them. But then the battle begins.
So Tyranids get kind of the first move.
Kind of, but the guardsmen knew about it. They just tried to make sure that the Tyranids didn't know that they knew that they were there.
Okay, but the Tyranids knew they were there.
Yeah.
So the Tyranids got first move, though.
Yeah, so they like leaped on them.
Okay. Ooh, alright. Culture American says he picks guard in that fight.
I think I made it like, I don't know.
That is a tough one. 100 guard is a lot.
15 warriors with 2 bone swords.
Yeah, 15 of those, the warriors. Now, the Tyranid warriors can be armed with lots of different things. But I know you've been playing Warhammer Survivors, and they have the bone swords in that game.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So here's what I would say. If the guardsmen are competent, so they're like good at their job and they're smart, they're not just like conscripts that were like thrown in there, so like they have experience, they know how to fight, that kind of thing. I think the guardsmen. Yeah, what type of guard? Where are the guardsmen from? Cadia, Krieg, Catachin.
Let's just say Catachin. That's a fun name.
Catachin?
Yeah, so
Catachins win, hands down. Because Catachins are like, those dudes are like Tyranid killing specialists, basically.
they are?
Yeah, they're really good.
Okay, looks like I just dudes. Okay. Okay, next one. Let's go with
Were we talking about? Sorry, I was looking at the sky because thunder. PaintingSon is coming up with who would win scenarios, and we're kind of trying to figure out who would win. Tyranids only know they're there because the guard let them. Yeah.
Let's go with.
That's Catich in a nutshell, right? Yeah, they're really good at ambushing, so like they would let the Tyranids know that they're ambushing them.
Okay, let's go with. A squad of 30 flamethrower armed salamanders.
30 flamethrower armed salamanders.
With
Okay.
a sergeant with a power fist and a plasma gun.
Okay.
And these dudes are really good at their job.
Well, I mean, they're salamanders, so they're gonna be good at their job.
Yeah, but like they're like elite. Is
Okay.
what I'm trying to say. Versus no, not him. Way too powerful. What's the Primarch of the dudes that have like with like they're like savages, like the night?
Night Lords?
Yeah. Who's that Primarch?
Conrad Kurz.
Yes. So 30
30 salamanders.
are armed with flamethrowers that are really good at their job with the sergeant with the power fist and the plasma pistol.
Okay.
Versus Conrad Kurz.
Conrad Kurz would win. Primarch is just really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Power Fist Plasma Gun is a good combo. That's true. Yeah. That's a classic combo. He picked the one guy who'd win? No, a lot of Primarchs who win. Did you hear him originally? He's like Magnus. He's like, no, Magnus is too powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Magnus would just melt all of them with his mind.
Next one would be
We gotta give chat some time to answer though and talk about it. Okay.
okay. I have a really silly combination in my head.
Primarchs just don't get beaten. Yeah, basically for the most part, that's kind of how it works.
What if there was 58 billion salamanders?
Okay, you can't start using numbers like billion because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yes, 50 billion salamanders will beat anything. Not just a Primarch thing, but he'd pick them off one by one. Yeah, Conrad would take a long time to do it, right? But he'd kill them all one by one. And they'd probably never see him. He's going for planetary wipe, yeah. Five times the Earth's population in just salamanders. Terrifying.
Guys ready for the next one?
What we got? All right. Yeah, Great Crusade. That dwarfs the Great Crusade. It'd be crazy. All right, what's the next one? PaintingSon. Hey, Jade and Valkyrie, what's going on?
A Pikachu, a Charizard, a Venusaur, and a Blastoise as a team.
Okay.
Versus 3 direwolves. That's just the most.
What?
I was like, I'm gonna make up the most random thing.
That is really random. It's
Three
because you're
direwolves
painting your
versus
direwolf. Probably the Pokemon because they basically have magic powers.
Basically.
Yeah. That's what I would probably say. Yeah, the gear shift. Yeah, yeah. He's.
Okay, so you say Pokemon, Dad?
I definitely say Pokemon win that one.
Who do you think would get ripped apart first by the direwolves?
None of them. I think they just zap them and the direwolves are done. It was three powerful Pokemon versus 2 direwolves. Four powerful Pokemon.
A Charizard, a Venusaur, and a Bulbasaur.
A Blastoise.
A Blastoise versus 3 direwolves.
Anything with fur is going to do well against anything that spits fire. Yeah, Charizard would just catch them both on fire and they'd be done.
Thank you.
Fantasy undead dire wolves are really big wolves. I think really big wolves are what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, how's your paint going? You about ready to get your next color?
One more.
Okay, one more.
Okay. We're going 16 Lehman Russ plasma turret tank.
Okay. Talk this way toward the mic, okay? Yes, there we go. All right.
16 Lehman Russ tanks with plasma turrets
Okay.
versus 100. No, that's too obvious. Who would win? Let's say twice as small Conrad curves.
Conrad curves, but smaller.
Yeah, so like half his size.
I feel like that would be an advantage to Conrad curves. Just a harder target to hit.
It's harder for Conrad curves to kill, right? Destroy the tanks.
Yeah, but you know, every tank has weak spots.
Like twice as big Conrad curves.
Twice as big.
Or just Conrad curves, whatever.
Conrad curves with no equipment. I still think curves wins. The Primarchs are just too good in the setting. Like they're and a borderline unbeatable unless it's another Primarch. Yeah, they wouldn't see him. Yep.
Why would they not see him?
Especially if he's really tiny. He's really that's like one of his big things. He's really good at being stealthy.
Oh.
When he wants to be.
So let's say Conrad curves would be just rushing the tanks. Then would that change it?
Conrad curves, but the Lehman Russes know where he is at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, ooh, that might change it. That is a good one. I don't know. What does chat think? We're gonna put some highlights on this mini, guys, and we're gonna do more weathering. There's a surprising amount of lore. Yeah, I talk about random stuff all the time. Hey, Marathon, what's going on?
Alright, I think I'm ready to paint.
Ready to paint? Alright, you want your next color? 1 second, okay.
Might do a couple
That's fine.
rounds of, like a couple layers of my plum.
That's totally cool. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Working on school stuff, taking a small break. Nice. $30 Necrons with Gauss Flares versus 10 Lamenter Space Marine Veterans.
Or Lamenter Space Marine Veterans.
Lamenters are a chapter of Space Marines that are their Blood Angels successor. But they are known as having terrible luck. So,
Terrible.
like as a Legion, their luck is super bad. So they die to ridiculous things, and their numbers are always small because they're always dying to like crazy accidents or for things like that. It's the Lamenters.
Yeah, the Necrons.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, maybe the Necrons.
Like, luck helps a lot. But with no luck, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess they're space marines, but like that. Also, like, I feel like that.
It's like the Lamenters should win that fight. They should. But having such horrible luck, you never know.
What if they actually had the first bit of luck that they ever had?
Maybe. I mean, they're still around as a chapter, so they've survived thousands of years, but it's not like they just run into a fight and die. They do actually, win fights and stuff, but
That's also like every once in a while.
had crazy misfortunes. Veterans. Yes, the veterans have dodged crazy stuff, but that's true. Yeah, I appreciate the response of Lamenters. Lamenters might win, but there'd only be one or two of them left.
How many Lamenters would there be? 10?
10 veteran Lamenters.
Okay. Only 10 versus 3. I feel like the Necrons would win. Like a decently even battle.
Yeah, it's, the 10 veteran Marines should have an easy fight with that.
But
You just don't know, like, if their luck holds out then. So it's hard to say a definitive yes or no. They'd win, but they'd contract some weird virus and, like, die on the way home or something. That's Lamenter's luck right there.
I'm let this dry for like 10 just to make sure it's like dry and good.
Before a second coat?
No, I don't know if I need the second coat anymore.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it'd be like this. So I can do that red, and you'll guys find out the surprising way I'm gonna do the red as soon as that turns out.
Okay.
The thing about this wolf is, first glance, it looks like a cute thing, like a cute wolf. So you walk up to it, and it looks like a cute wolf, Walk up to it, first minute you're petting it, second minute you're dead. Because he absolutely eats you. Like, oh, I want to keep you. So you start walking for 5 seconds and you're dead, so.
Yep. So the cute colors are a way of hunting.
Yes. But they don't blend in. That's the thing.
If people asking, if not friend, then why friend shaped and colored? It's an old meme. Does anybody, and then all the Necrons come back up at once? Yeah, that's another possibility, yeah. They kill all the Necrons, all the Necrons stand back up at the same time.
What if the Necrons had like a repair? What if one of the Necrons had a repair kit? And all they had to do was like zap them back to you?
Other Necrons?
Yeah.
I mean, Necrons can't do that already.
They're built with that.
That's their whole thing, is the metal they're made of kind of heals itself.
Do people make Necrons?
No.
Or then how were the first Necrons made?
Necrons were a people on a planet, kind of like aliens or whatever. They're called the Necrontyr. And they had this crazy... Oh, we're getting Necron lore today. Alright, so it was millions of years before current Warhammer, okay?
Like 40k?
Yep. And they would live, but they had really short lives because they would get like horrible diseases and die really young. and they couldn't find cures to it.
And also, I need more that purple.
More of the purple? Okay, 1 second. So, basically, a lot of their entire race's existence was trying to find a cure to these horrific diseases that they would have that would kill them super young. Okay.
Only very few survive through this disease, or they die at like 30s.
They basically would all die when they're very young. Yeah, like in their 20s or 30s or whatever. There was one dude that lived a lot longer, and he was actually old, and he was the guy that was like their ruler. He was like the oldest among them. But,
How old was he?
Huh?
How old was he?
I don't know. But, so they eventually, they would expand into the stars, and they had space travel, which is pretty amazing for a race of people that only lived into their 20s. But we do all these things. Well, they encountered this being that said, like, hey, I can help you to not die of this disease. I can cure these diseases for you. He said, yeah, sign me up. He's like, all right. He's like, well, we gotta build this structure, and then you just need to go into this structure. Like, everybody just needs to go in there, and it'll forever cure you of this horrible disease that kills you really early. So people basically, for the most part, I think everybody in their race willingly went into these. I'm sure some were forced in and didn't want to go in, but people went in, and when they came out, they were completely made of metal, and most of them had lost their souls and could no longer think for themselves, and were basically dead, and it was just their body being used as like the metal structure. Some of them kept some of their memories and ability to think for themselves a little bit, and then some of them, for the most part, kept their thinking ability relatively intact, but they were all robots at that point. So no more eating, no more sleeping, but the main thing was the creature that deceived them and made them go into those structures and turned them into robots were in a war against another alien race called the Eldar.
Oh, those guys.
Mm-hmm. And, well, they were in a war against the Old Ones. That's who they were in a war against. And the Old Ones created the Eldar, and then created the Orcs, basically.
Oh, Eldar created Orcs?
No, the Old Ones created both Eldar and Orcs.
Oh.
So they forced these new robots to fight for them, and to fight this galaxy-wide war against the Eldar and the Orcs and the Old Ones. And eventually, I think the Old Ones were basically killed off by the Necrons. And after that happened, the Necrons themselves rebelled against the beings that tricked them into giving up everything. Those beings are called the Votann. You know who the Votann are, right?
No.
So they basically rebelled against the Votann, and they, I guess, functionally destroyed them and broke apart their existence. They're also called star gods. And then kind of enslaved them with the crazy technology that they had. So, and then after a while, the Necrons kind of went to sleep. They, like, entombed themselves for millions of years, and now they're slowly waking up. The Votann, they aren't the Old Ones. No, the Votann are not Old Ones. No. But they basically won the war, and then they rebelled against the Votann. I have a Votann mini. It's a shard of a Votann, so it's part of one, and they like enslave it and make it like fight for them when they want. But it's the Void Dragon. You know the Void Dragon mini I have?
Maybe.
First of all, let me
The
take
big
just a
like
moment
metal
to
dude
thank
that's
you
like
for allowing me
floating.
back into your home.
Tiza Hex, welcome in. Welcome in. Catan, Cetan. I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways. I think Games Workshop pronounces it Catan. But I have a Necron mini. It's the Shard of the Void Dragon. The Void Dragon is a Catan that was one of those things, but it's a piece of him, and they will like summon the piece of him, and there's like a robot on his back that'll kill him if he gets out of line, basically. So he has to do what they tell him to do. The one who originally tricked the Necrontyr into going into the turning into robots, that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's called the Deceiver.
I've heard that.
There was also a couple famous ones. There's one called the Nightbringer.
I also heard that.
The Nightbringer is one of the Votann. He's like the god of death, basically. But yeah, that's why they're made of metal. And they went to sleep, and they woke up years later. There was one Catan that never really went, or one Necron that never really went to sleep. And he was that one that was like the old guy that was the king of everybody. He's like the oldest Necrontyr.
Yeah.
He is called the Silent King. And he's still around. He actually went outside the galaxy and just kind of hung out for a couple, million years. Met Sanguinius. Came back, fought against Tyranids, and is trying to unite the Necrons now to fight against the Tyranids, basically, to prevent them from eating the whole galaxy, because he feels like the galaxy should be theirs, not the Tyranids.
Alright, the direwolf has its plum on it.
Okay.
Oh, my knees.
Your knees? How old are you, man?
I was on my knees the entire time.
Oh, okay. Banana Head, aka the Deceiver. Yeah, his head is kind of shaped like a banana, isn't it? I hope he gets a new model this edition. That'd be cool. Because he currently has the old mini. Since the Nightbringer got his redo. The old ones made orcs. They didn't finish them. That was the thing. They were in the process of finishing them, and they wanted to. So when they made the Eldar, the idea was they made the Eldar first, and they wanted a hyper intelligent, advanced race that was, psychically attuned and everything that could fight against the Necrons. And as the war dragged on, they were like, "Oh no, they don't reproduce fast enough. They're not like, when they die, it's a huge loss, and this is a big problem. They take forever to grow up." So they decided to make the orcs, and the orcs could spawn, with spores, and they're basically mushroom people, and they could, reproduce super fast. But then they're like, they enjoyed fighting and everything. But they had plans to... You're right? Okay. They had plans to kind of finish them and make them more intelligent and everything, but I think they died before they were able to. And so then the orcs are like this half-baked race of creatures in the galaxy that are now just a problem for everybody.
Do orcs eventually get killed? Do they eventually get killed a lot?
Orcs?
Too much? Yeah.
Too much? No, but yeah, there's one time in the history where the orcs, everybody thought the orcs were extinct, and that was actually the Emperor fighting them during the Great Crusade, right before the Horus Heresy.
Right before?
Mm-hmm. One of the last big battles that was one of the most significant battles in the Great Crusade is what they called it, and the Emperor was trying to reconquer the galaxy. He fought on this planet called Olenor, and there was a huge orc homeworld basically, and he fought this giant orc. They called him a Krork, because he's not quite orc. He's kind of like what the old ones intended orcs to be. So he was this giant orc and almost killed the Emperor in combat.
Oh.
And Horus actually saved the Emperor's life and killed the Krork. And they won the battle. They took the planet, and that's the planet where the Emperor named Horus the War Master. And the Emperor's like, all right, he's like, I'm kind of done with this crusade. You guys finish it up. I'm going to go work on this project over here back on Terra. And then that was one of the last big events before Horus, rebelled and started the whole Civil War thing.
The whole horse.
Yeah, the whole heresy.
How long did it start?
What do you mean?
I mean, how long was the horse heresy?
The older lore, it was like 7 years, I think. But I don't know. They don't really give an exact timeline anymore because they tried to make it much bigger. You know, for everything to happen, it has to be longer than 7 years.
Yeah, see, like only 7 years. I thought it would be like 7,000 or something like that.
Yeah. I wonder if we ever get a game like 30K that takes place before 40K. Focuses more on early Xenos. Yeah. I know there are rumors about GW making a Scouring game, which takes place after the Heresy. It's like immediately after the Heresy, like the Loyalists kind of purging the galaxy of the traitors and like trying to mop up and everything. But that game won't really have any Xenos. The next big like Xenos event that happens is like 1,500 years after that, and it's the orcs that come back. So it's the whole was that the War of the Beast is what they call it. And I don't know if GW will do that. I would love to see a 40K version using the Heresy rules, the current Heresy rules, and then just kind of PDFing some of the current Xenos armies and stuff in while using, you know, the older Marine minis and stuff, like the more Heresy stuff. Even if it's like, hey, this is a Great Crusade era kind of thing or something like that, but I would like that. Okay, we are continuing to get this color going here. ThePaintingSon, what's next? Still waiting for that plum to dry?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Okay, you put it on a little heavy. You shouldn't be putting the color on that thick, okay? All it does is just make it take longer to dry, and then the details don't show up as well.
Uh-oh.
So, just something to remember in the future. You got your whole Mandalorian army to paint. Okay. Thin coats, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
Sure.
for a little bit. So I'll see you guys in a little while.
See you, dude.
See ya.
Come down when you're ready and continue on, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Guys in
So, Stroming Fish, what's going on? Is it like 10 years now? Is that like the lore at this point? I don't know. Best thing about 30K is there's no Tau. I hard disagree. I really like Tau. I think Tau are a really cool faction. Man, do people love to hate Tau. Okay, we need to get these back pieces. Rear door, we got to get this part. Okay, and then we have the top mounted gun. I don't have a gun for this. This is a missing piece. Just something we have to deal with. I have to get what the problem with Tau is. They seem cool. Yeah, just not your thing. Yeah, which is fair. We don't have to be interested in every faction all the time, but it's been a meme to hate Tau since like 2002. Yeah. Teasa Hex. What's going on, Teasa Hex? How are you doing? And thank you for the follow. Lunch, nice. So guys, I should, or basically have money raised. I sold some minis. I posted some in the buy-sell trade. I used my own buy-sell trade. And sold some minis. So that money is going toward the live gaming stream. And yeah, so I essentially have money raised to buy equipment and to get started, but there is still some more that I probably need to raise just for other things, and you know, it's always about upgrading things. So every sub, every bit donation, every just donation in general goes toward that fund at this moment. So that's what I'm still working toward. I figure I'd keep the goals up a little bit longer. And yeah, hopefully in the next couple weeks I can do a test stream. And the test stream will be with Patreon, so I'll do a Patreon stream. See if everything's working well or if I need to adjust. And then we'll start getting games going. And the idea is to stream, you know, variety of games, variety of tabletop games. Just maybe once a week, schedule a game with an opponent and have them come out to the little studio, play a game on stream. Off yesterday, it felt like a Sunday. Oh yeah. It was, yeah, yesterday being a holiday was weird, wasn't it? And my son's out of school for the summer. My wife is not out of school for the summer, but her having yesterday off made it feel like she was out of school for the summer. And it was just a big problem overall. Okay. 1 second, guys. Me? Yes, I am out of school for the summer. This top part here. What do you plan on doing for the summer? Well, we have kind of usual plans we do normally. My son and all of his cousins go and stay with my parents for a couple weeks. In the summer, my mom calls it grandma camp. They live out of state. And they have a little bit of property, and they've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff. My parents never stop building things. And they kind of finished all their projects with their house. So now it's building things for when all the grandkids come over. And so my dad built a zip line and a low ropes course. For all the kids. He keeps adding to it also. But I think they're also going to buy chicken eggs, and the kids are going to help them hatch chicken eggs and raise some little chicks. They're doing that. They considered building a Rogaldorn? Yeah. Like my dad could put his mind to it, he could build a literal tank. Yeah, so we're doing that. We're gonna go, I think, as a family. Wife and son and I are going to go on a little hiking trip this summer. It'd be fun. We got some nice parks near us with some good hiking, and we've never been. Well, I haven't been since I was a kid, but my wife's never been there, and son's never been there, so I think we're gonna do that. Go to a water park this summer. Well, things like that. Where castle is this? Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be a cool project, Troy. How you doing? Good afternoon to you. Become the way he is genetically, not the bad father part. No idea. They don't say, and probably for good reason. It'd be really kind of lame if they explained away all the mystery of Warhammer, like they did with Warhammer Fantasy at the end times. They just kind of answered all of those little questions that they've been, alluding to for 30 years. And they took a couple of books and they answered questions and forgot about characters and kinds of stuff like that. Put on the back burner because 40k is rise in the 90s. Kind of sad. Yeah. Yep. It is. I do love Warhammer Fantasy. Hey, I might play some on the stream though. Get some old world going on stream. That'd be fun. What I'm gonna have to do is schedule games a couple weeks out with people. And then like the week of, I'm just gonna have to like read rules and get caught up with a particular game. and just do that every week. Old world armies are gigantic, yeah. They tend to be much more expensive than some of the other lines, but the battalion box sets they have out for the old world are really reasonably priced. You just don't get like characters with a lot of those sets, and there's still a lot of metal minis that you need for many of the armies. Especially one of my favorites, which is Wood Elves. Well, it looks like this Sunday is going to be the 40K 11th edition teaser or preview. So they'll get pre-orders not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday, June 6th, and then release on the 20th. Yeah, Grand Cathay does look good. And maybe this year we might see Kislev come into the old world. And Kislev are really cool. I hope the minis look great. I just want my winged lancers. An army of winged lancers. Getting Beastman Gores, painting them as Pestigores and using them as Poxwalkers. Oh, cool. I don't currently have plans on getting the 11th edition box. Mainly because all my budget is going toward just playing games. But I don't know. We'll see. The minis actually look pretty good. I think I like this suite of minis better than the 10th edition box. Okay, we got all that bright warm gray on there. No, we didn't. We got to get get this gun here. How are you doing today, Zen? Good, just chilling? Nice. Nice. The amount there for the price is a lot worse than 10th. Is it really? I mean, I know it's like, it's like $50 more, right? Maybe like $300. Is it that much worse though? Like, yeah, maybe it is, but the problem with 40K starter sets that I've been spoiled on the 30K starter sets with is that you can't put all your minis in one army in the 40K starter sets. You're like, yeah, $300, I'm getting, a start of 2 armies. Where when you buy a Heresy starter set, you're like, wow, I just paid $300 and I have a 2,000 point army out of that. because you don't need to split it. It just all go into your army, which is what I do. I do feel like yeah, 10th edition had a lot of nids, but they were like, I don't know. I feel like the Tyranid side was really falsely inflated because they gave you like a bunch of basically tokens to use, and those little like neurogons. I have never once in my life seen someone actually run those neurogons on the table. Except for when I saw like, yeah, look, it's 10th edition intro games, and they put the neurogons on the table. Not saying that that in itself necessarily takes away from the value, but I felt like the Tyranid side was kind of bad. And that said, I didn't think the Space Marine side was very good in 10th either. Just from like an appeal of minis aspect. At least the Neurogons are cute. Yeah, I mean, sure. I think the Xeno side of it basically just depends on, like, are you a fan of Tyranids or are you a fan of Orcs? Yeah, family's doing well, Sin. We're doing well. PaintingSon is taking a break from painting and streaming right now. All the models in a launch box. 10th was meh. Painted one model from Leviathan, yeah. I painted like 3 of the Tyranids, and I just do not care to paint the rest of them. And the orcs look like fun to paint. I don't think I would collect an orc army or anything, but they do look like fun. Funny, Scream will sometimes display a different plate than what's actually printing. Oh, weird. Huh. You think there's something you could like update the firmware or something to fix that? Or is anybody else having that problem? You don't think that's like a everything in your printer's going bad, so count your days kind of thing? Okay, that is weird. Yeah. Starting back up, probably gonna make company purchase another 3D printer. Oh, nice. All right, sweet. Yeah, Frankie, I imagine the orcs are gonna get a lot of Speed Freaks things. Didn't they show off? They accidentally showed off new bikers, right? Already with the pre-painted terrain video. Necrons are the worst army to make just because the paint schemes tend to be simple. The amount of minis needed is insane. I love my Necron army. My Necron army for a long time when I was like actively kind of in on playing 40k and everything, my Necron army was great because I would just buy a box of something for Necrons, like just whatever thing, or I could find like on discount or like a combat patrol or something. Get like a discount box, And I'd be painting stuff, and I'd be doing commissions for people, or I'd be working on something else. And then my Necrons were there for when I finished a project, and I was like, man, I just want something to paint really quick that, that's simple, and I can just be like, yeah, I finished a mini for me. And so I would just break out that Necron box, whatever it was. I would paint that mini really quick, and just feel accomplished that I painted something. Deck, I love it. Transformer is my commander. Oh, we got Transformer as a commander. That's cool. Beginning phase after combat. Oh, cool. All right. Once again, Necrons, the simplicity of the paint scheme doesn't appeal to me. Yeah. Man, I can paint a Necron warrior in about 10 minutes, and it feels really good. The 15-minute turn generator deck. Yeah, Chaos Marines for me are difficult. I have painted many Chaos Space Marines, and I would never collect an army of Chaos Space Marines for myself. There are like no shortcuts whatsoever when it comes to painting a lot of Chaos Marine units. I like my shortcuts. Yeah, it's all the trim. Yeah, it's the trim work. Trim work and the random mutations on every mini and all that kind of stuff. Individualize your models. Yeah, that's fair. I'm the same with the Helldrake. Yeah, I would never paint that many, or never want to paint that many. This channel called Soleil's Paints, I believe. Oh, cool. Yeah. And Helldrakes. Yeah, like painting one Helldrake would be a fun project, and I could probably enjoy that. Trim the wings are separate pieces, and you can paint them in two parts. It'd be super easy to paint. Yeah, yeah. Just spray everything individually and just glue it together. That'd be really cool, actually. On the gun here. Yeah, what would you do for you look for as far as an STL creator goes? Like that paint that made flat wings and then they just made separate pieces, right? Yeah. Hey, is that shiny gamey queen? Welcome in. I'm sorry that you're sick. That's no good. I have not painted the Defiler yet. No, I've never painted a Defiler, old or new. Scan of a real wing. You can uncut it. Okay. Huh. Oh, that's you, Thunder. Okay. Oh, so why are you sick again? Stop. Stop getting sick. Gonna be honest, I had no idea that was you. I don't. Okay, I don't know what that is. Yeah, maybe it's an extra gift. Yeah, yeah. Nurgle is truly blessing you. As far as matching acrylic, maybe some grooves. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, just like an imprint, right? On the flat part of the wings, and the trim fits right in. Do Alpha Legion look better with or without trim? I'd say without, but I think they look good in like Mark 6 armor and stuff, so that's just my opinion. Alright. Yeah, I think this weekend I'm going to spend some time trying to set up a streaming setup in my other room, in the gaming room. Need a step ladder to get into the vehicles, or do they just jump? I think the door's lower enough for them. Could you imagine an entire race of people with an entire history of being that same height, and they just keep making everything too tall for them? Yeah, just like, yeah, like little, yeah, Zen, you're right. Get these bolters then. I think Sons of Horus would look good if their armor is shiny, isn't it? Yeah, Zen. Yeah, still want to hang out. Using true metallic paint. The color looks like Sons of Horus. Yeah, there are. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Yeah. I think that's kind of the way to paint them anyway. Well, I guess it is a way to use like the metallic, but I guess a lot of people don't. I think a lot of the original Horus Heresy schemes, color schemes, were in like metallics. We are working on some highlights before we get into any more weathering. So it might just be Thursday when we come back and do more weathering, but see what we can get done today. So Legions Aren't metallic paint. Is this same different same color armor trim? Yeah, you can still differentiate them plenty well with having metallics, but I think some of them just kind of stuck better than others, like Alpha Legion and Thousand Suns. Yeah, could you imagine like Imperial Fists, like a metallic yellow? That'd be really cool. Like not gold, but just like actually yellow with like that kind of metal sheen to it. That'd be really neat. Alright, grabbing a little bit of bronze here. Flat to simulate they're dirty or worn. Maybe, yeah. bigger brush for this. This one that's a little more less pointed. I painted ultramarines for someone a couple years ago, and they were all in metallic blue. Really neat color. Anything more? Maybe we could have him as kill team. Yeah. I got my Necrons. My first Necrons I got were a holiday set that my local game store ordered their, for their allocation, and Games Workshop sent them double the amount they ordered. And they didn't have room to store it. So what they did was they sold them for 40% off retail. They normally would sell for 20% off, but they sold them for 40% off until they got their numbers back down to where they could hold them. So they were, those sets were $200 each, and they were selling them for like 126 or something like that. And I ended up buying the Necron one, and I bought the Space Marines set. And those are the first Primaris minis I bought also. But that's kind of how I got back into 40K for those two sets. How do you do that bit? I didn't do that. Night Trap. All the base colors in this mini were already painted when this came into my possession here. So, and this is a commission, but I think the client purchased this mini mostly painted and just wanted me to kind of weather it up and finish up the mini and everything. So that's what I'm doing. So I have no idea. It looks like a color shift color they use, but I'm not sure what color. I don't own any color shift paints. Yeah, it was like an error. They accidentally sent too much Night Trap, and so I got to take big advantage of that because I spent $250 and I got more than $500 worth of minis. I got probably $600 worth of minis out of that. And they were two pretty good sets too that I got. The Space Marine one was called the what was it called? Something Spearhead. But it had just like a ton of basic troops. It's like heavy intercessors, assault intercessors, and regular intercessors. It had some Blade Guard veterans. It had a storm speeder. So it was a really good set to like jump into collecting the faction. And then I got the 9th edition launch set after that. Got about the package in the mail. Kickstarter reward you forgot about. Arc World Metal Minis. Oh, cool. Alright. Nice. Did you ever get your stuff from the post office, Blue? That I sent you? Check it out. You back, painting son? He's back, everybody. Totally forgot. Went on Friday, hadn't arrived. Oh, okay. Wow, must be taking a while anyway. Dang. You gonna continue painting?
I want to hang out for a while.
You just want to hang out, chat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was texting with Mom for a little bit.
Where are you now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, getting a div in 40 kit does feel good. I agree. It is a special feeling. I'm gonna grab. We're gonna use this magnesium, I think, first. Magnesium is a good color, yeah. I agree. Just start with that color there. Other thing I'm going to do is grab a little bit of steel here. Working into some of these highlights. Should drill out the barrels of these bolters. Might be something I do also. Just, you know, a bunch of little things. I really do want to add a bunch of like rust and weathering to this mini, so we're gonna eventually I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna kind of pin wash some different places so I can get rust effect. Be a lot of fun. With dirt. I don't own Dirty Down, so I'm not gonna put that. This does have an oil wash already on it. I'm gonna take some washes of various colors or some paints and kind of thin them down to where I can get them to be that bit of that kind of streaky look. I have never been one to add a ton of weathering to my minis. So it's a little bit of a departure for me. So, guys, I'm still raising money to get toward the live stream goal, but I believe there's a chance that I may have the goal set. General, no rush. Okay, yeah, I'll check in a couple minutes. But I might be set with getting initial batch of things to be able to start the stream, the regular streams, and then we go from there. If I need to get more things, then we'll continue raising money, but if not, we'll start and then we'll try to improve as we go. Basically, that's kind of the goal. I'm excited. Just gotta get started on some actual like hardware work and everything. Hey, for all the weathering I can do on it works. Rust, dirt, streaking. Yeah. The Space Marine vehicles kind of yeah, there's got to be something about them, you know, being nice and clean, being what might be an ancient relic, thousands of years old, that's well taken care of. Orcs don't care. Hey, Neo G Blaze, welcome in. Alright, let's check out General real quick, guys. So you go into General channel on Discord. Oh, cool. Wow, that is a bunch of metal minis, isn't it? What are they specifically? Just like weird, like reptile creatures and stuff? Or is there something specific that they are? There's something satisfying about metal minis, though. Oh, they're goblins. Okay. What's chipping on Space Marine vehicles and rusting grease stains seem out of place. Yeah, I can see that. Just started painting after multi-year break, and first big models a Gladiator Lancer. Oh, very nice. All right. Are you gonna be playing the game, Neo, or are you just collecting to paint? Hey, what's up? Oh, you broke it.
It's not broken. It's just like cracked.
Okay.
Plastic, it's just cracked.
That's all right. It's an old mask. It's fine.
Yeah, it won't stab me.
Yeah.
I did this 4 years ago.
Yeah. Don't stab your eye out.
I won't, Dad. It's not. It takes force to push it.
Oh, okay. Tiki goblins. That's what they are. Nice. Cool, man. So you got some projects ahead of you then. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Yeah. Yep.
It's so hilarious.
It is. That movie's great, isn't it? Oh, these things that come in, yeah. With intention of playing, but if not, at least I get to paint them. Yeah, nice. Well, there's a new edition coming out in less than a month at this point. About 3.5 weeks. So, it's supposed to be pretty similar to the current edition. So I wouldn't say there's no point in learning the current edition if you want to read up on stuff, but I think there's enough out there to where you can just straight up learn more about 11th edition and go with it from there. Oh, you're a Space Wolf player, huh? We gotta reset the clock, guys. Oh, Space Wolf players. I'm a huge Thousand Suns fan. And it seems like for a while it was like every stream there was someone new that would come in and they're like, oh yeah, I play Space Wolves. And my joke was someone on Discord do the thing. we don't need to hit this poor soul with that. But it was like the Space Wolf players could like smell my stream or something. Smell the Space Wolf hate. And they would come in. So on Twitch, yeah. No. Yeah, the biggest army I own is my Horus Heresy Thousand Suns army. And it's about 15,000 points worth of models painted. Kind of wanted to get back to them a little bit. I got more to paint, as always. Always more to paint. Always the Space Wolf players. Large Army was a 5th edition Orc Force, about 2,000 points. Nice, yep. Good old 5th edition. I loved playing 5th edition. I think it was the best time I had playing 40k was 5th edition. I don't know. Well, I did play relatively recently. It struggles in some places. It definitely struggles. There's a lot of nostalgia holding up these old editions of 40k. Yeah, I played a lot of 5th edition. Played since then, new rules for 10th. And what I've learned so far, interesting, yeah. I have tried every edition since 5th edition. I mean, I got into 40k at the end of 3rd, so I played a little bit of 3rd edition, and then played quite a bit of 4th, played a lot of 5th, played 6th a bit, and then 7th I kind of fell off. I tried 8th edition, I didn't like it, and then kind of just stopped playing. And I got back into it with 9th after I started streaming and painting commissions full time, because everybody's always sending me their Warhammer minis, and we're talking about Warhammer all day while I'm streaming. So yeah, I got into it with 9th, and I played 9th. 9th was not a great edition. It had some like flavorful things, but overall is really convoluted. It's a really complicated, like needlessly complicated edition. So I was really excited when 10th came out. 10th edition came out, and I was really excited and played it for quite a bit, and then played for about a year. And then I actually went to a local RTT. I was like, yeah, have fun, 40k tournaments would be a fun thing to play and talk about, and cheap entries like $10 or whatever, and so yeah, it'd be fun to hang out with people and play some 40k. And it was probably the most unfun tournament I've ever been to, and I've been going to tournaments for various games for more than 15 years at this point, and I had such a bad time. Just I guess like the attitude around the event, and like, you know, there was a team, a 40K team in the area, and they were kind of using it as like practice fodder for their competition, and there was no like encouraging to be a good sportsman. There was no like, hey, cool army, like, you know, I like how you painted your army, and you know, none of the things that make like a tournament fun. It was just like all business. And I kind of just stopped playing 40K after that. So I'll play with my nephew and my older brother occasionally. They got into 40K recently, and so I'll play a game with them every once in a while, but like every 6 months or something. But otherwise, I kind of just stepped away from it. Instead, my games have been Horus Heresy and Middle Earth strategy battle game, the Old World, stuff like that. It's been good. But a Stormfang gunship, yeah, and it's Legends now. Oh, I'm sorry, that stinks. Frankie, you were working for GW when 5th came out. It's the happiest I've ever seen the fan base. Yeah, 5th was this great place. Like 5th had plenty of issues. Had a ton of issues, but 5th was this cool place where GW was like the big evil corporation in the sphere, but it wasn't so bad. You know, it was just all miniatures are expensive, and like that was it. It wasn't like the blatant like anti-consumer practices that had come out. 6th edition came out, and 6 itself was really poorly written rules, and I think it was bad enough to where they switched to 7th in like 18 months or something. Like it was a quick turnaround because 6 was so bad. But 6 also started, that era was also when Finecast came out, so they got rid of all their metal miniatures and they went to Finecast. And at first people were like, wow, this is really cool, and also it's super temporary, because GW's moving everything to plastic, obviously, because plastic is so much cheaper and the molds are getting cheaper, and they do things in-house, and like they're just doing better with it. So like obviously they're moving everything to plastic really quick. Well, we're 15 years on from that, and we're just at the point now to where they're basically like, hey, we're done making resin. Even though there still are minis that are sold as resin, but they're finally like getting rid of the last like vestiges of Finecast. So like there was that, but then like Finecast actually came out and it was like horrible and like a big basically like scandal toward GW, and the books became more expensive. Like it was Warhammer Fantasy was in a place where it was getting way too expensive because they were coming out with more plastic minis and they were pricing them like metal minis and the whole thing. Yeah, so it was a lot of just like downhill momentum for Games Workshop. They canceled a lot of their specialist games too because they were kind of struggling financially for a while, because I think like the Middle Earth Lord of the Rings bubble had kind of burst, so they weren't making a bunch of money from that, and then there was like global recession, and so they ended up canceling all of their specialist games. So they were like on a real downturn swing for a while. But yeah, 5th edition was kind of like that height right before all of that stuff happened. Yeah, it was a lot of like feels good stuff. People in my gaming club, there's one Necron player was just no fun to play against. Yeah, there's always that. There's always that, Neo. Like there's always people that are going to be no fun to play against. And that's just part of like having a social group. It's like there's always someone who's going to be like a jerk, basically.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, what?
Is that A-Wing? Can I play that A-Wing?
No.
Okay.
Don't you have an A-Wing?
No.
Oh yeah, you didn't want the A-Wing, right? Because it's not the exact one. Can you get that down without knocking over the other stuff?
Probably.
If you can, then go for it. Drukari players are still mad that half their range isn't updated. Yeah, yes and no. As a person who has a huge Drukari army, I like all of the plastic minis that are out. I'm happy with all of them. And I know that, like, well, they used to be way cheaper too, but I know that when they get updated, you know, it's going to be a price rise, and who knows how they're going to change their equipment and all that stuff, and they're not going to be as modular as they are now and everything. But also, Drukari once again are like one of the oldest armies without an update, which is what happened last time before they got their update, which is crazy. But love you, bud. Yeah, I want what I just want is new units for Drukari, and have them come out in plastic. Drukari have not had a single new unit since 5th edition. People with him, he's just miserable to play against. Yeah, I remember you telling me about this guy, Zen. Did you do the thing where you're like telling him there's no prize support at your events anymore, and just to see what he does? Joe from War Games Live say the same thing. He likes to play Space Wolves. Priest or Librarian. Yeah. Just, you know, not a fan of Space Wolves on many different levels, but just me. Their new minis do look good though. The minis they came out with last summer. Pretty solid looking. Question refused to let him look at a card. The guy was new and doesn't know all the card effects. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Huh. It's the biggest rules. Laura would spend like an hour trying to tell you how you messed up, saying they're just trying to help. Yeah, Neo, I think especially okay, so between like present day and then back in like 2000. What, like when did you say this? The 5th edition, like 2009 or so, 2010. Back in like 2009, 2010, Warhammer was not a like a socially acceptable hobby, right? Like you didn't go around bragging to everybody that you played Warhammer, that you knew, right? So the kind of people that were drawn to it were people that either like didn't care about how they were socially or like didn't understand, right? Like socially backward people. And there's still a lot of us that play that game, right? Like that's just part of the territory, right? And like the nerddom that we're in. But then you have like people that maybe don't socialize, they don't understand social cues, maybe they have something going on that affects their ability to see social cues, but then, you know, they're in a place of I don't want to say not authority, but like they're good at this game, or you know, they're in the position where they can correct people about things and stuff, and so you would get a lot of that. You still get that now, but I feel like that was more common back, you know, in earlier editions of Warhammer before it was like super like popular like it is now. So like your story, I think, is shared by probably everybody in this hobby, and I imagine if there's someone who was in this hobby back in 5th edition 40k that had never experienced a player like that, they were probably the person who was that player. Probably. At least if they were gaming with strangers, right? If you're just gaming with your friends, like in your garage or whatever, basement, then that's different. Now, I think what has happened is since like kind of COVID, like 2020, Games Workshop has exploded in popularity, but also I think socially, people in general, like the public, is not as adept at handling in-person social situations. I know my wife had talked about this at the elementary school where she works, where there's a noticeable dip in a lot of different traits in kids who grew up like who should have been forming their early kind of like social education, you know, and like being with people and understanding all these social cues. Like they grew up without that with COVID and like skipping a year and a half of like actual like real socializations and how that affected people. And she said they're just now starting to see kids coming into school who are getting back to maybe like pre-COVID kind of attitudes. And a couple fights, getting picked on for Warhammer. Yeah, I started dating my wife in 2005. We were well into 2006 before I had mentioned anything about Warhammer or any of my hobbies painting minis. And I remember when I showed her minis that I had painted for the first time, she was looking at the minis. I was just like, oh yeah, I just kind of paint these, So it's a little hobby I have. And I have like a desk that's just like full of paint and miniatures, painted and unpainted, and like my main hobby has been this since like childhood. And I was just like, oh yeah, it's nothing. I was terrified. She's like, she's gonna leave me if she finds out I play Warhammer. She's gonna straight up leave. So yeah, while Warhammer is more socially acceptable as far as a hobby and like gaming and everything, and that's great, I think in general at this point, like people don't socialize in person like they used to. And so when you have a social game like Warhammer, it becomes a situation where fewer people understand how to deal with social situations now than maybe 5-10 years ago. D&D was like that to a degree when I was in school playing. Yeah. I played D&D once. A friend of mine when we were teenagers, he bought the starter kit. I was like at the 3.5 starter set is what it was. I had looked this up recently. And we played through a couple missions and we were like, man, this is a lot of fun. And then we never touched it again. Yeah, well, there was also the big, like, all the scares in the 80s and 90s about Dungeons and Dragons and everything. Like, oh, yeah, that guy, he ate his friends because he was in the game and he couldn't, separate the game from reality and stuff. And, yeah, just, like, made-up nonsense stories about that to get people scared. Yeah, the satanic panic, yeah. I have a friend whose parents were like that, very much. And he also played Warhammer. But he played Warhammer and convinced them, like, no, this is like elves and stuff. This is cool. But they're like, no Dungeons and Dragons. None of that. That's demonic. And he just tricked his parents, and they'd be like, yeah, no, Warhammer's fine. Like, yeah, we're rolling dice, but it's only 6-sided dice. There's no 20-sided dice here. Like, oh, okay, that's fine. All right. I'm pretty happy with the highlights on this. I don't want to start on on the rest of the weather. I'm going to do a little bit of research on my own, I think, to figure out what we do for the rest of this kind of weathering process. But I'm going to do that. And I think what I'm going to do is we'll just call stream a little early. ThePaintingSon is done painting. This kid's playing with spaceships and a balloon in the other room. So, yeah. So I'm happy with this. Thursday, I think we'll finish this. We'll get everything varnished. I'll try to ship it out to the client by the weekend. However, people don't realize it's just math. Yeah, D&D is literally just math. Math and, like, storytelling, you know. The shooting happened, they linked it to D&D. Oh, yeah, oh, man. Yeah. That's crazy. That's insane to me. So, yeah. Yep. Weathering on Thursday. Tomorrow, it's going to be a dad and son day tomorrow, so we're not going to stream. We're going to chill and we're going to have our fun day tomorrow. Alright, we'll be on Thursday, normal time. ThePaintingSon will probably join me for a bit. So if you want to come chat with him, I'm sure he'll have more who would win questions for everybody. But and then we're going to try to finish up this hackathon here. And yeah, we'll call it there. Should be a good time. So we're trying to connect violence to anything they can for the last 30 years. Yeah. Except for, like, you know, socioeconomic reasons. Like, this person robbed a store. It must be video games. It's like, no, a person needs, like, bread to feed their kids. All right. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful Wednesday tomorrow. I will still be doing Patreon Hangout tomorrow. So, yeah, addressable mental health issues, too. Yeah, it's crazy. Right. You guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful afternoon. On that lovely note here in chat, I will see you all on Thursday. Bye, everybody.